Well, June has been one heck of a month, hasn't it? The month of June was celebrated by the Democrats as Pride Month, a time when gay people all across the world were celebrated in such a huge way. But not me, though. At the start of this month, I made a lot of anti-Pride posts. This had a lot of people up in arms, thinking that I was quote-unquote homophobic. I assure you, that is not what I was going for. I'm sure there are plenty of people in my audience who are gay, and I have nothing against those people whatsoever. My goal with all the anti-Pride posts I was posting on Instagram was to spread awareness about the dark truth of Pride Month. The reason I made so many posts about it was because I was trying to get the message across in all kinds of different ways. Did I go overboard with it? Well, maybe, but it's a little bit more abstract than that. Let's start with the fact that the vast majority of people who looked up to me in the community actually thought I was betraying them because I was trying to show them the truth about Pride Month, when realistically, it's the other way around. I didn't betray the community, but rather, the community betrayed me. And in turn, a lot of former friends became more enemies for me to go up against. Rocky Marbles and Cody Ryan being the most standout examples. Now last year, I accidentally did like a post regarding this issue, and you may think I'm a hypocrite for doing such a thing, but back then, I didn't know any better. I'm a feeble-minded man who is not the brightest bulb in the socket, I'll admit. But once I know the truth about something, it's stuck there in my brain for good, and there's no getting it out, no matter how hard you try. So, you're probably wondering, what's so bad about Pride Month? It's not all that bad. Well, if you know where to look and actually do some proper research, you'll see exactly where I'm coming from as to why I'm opposed to this time of the year. And for good reason. And if you think that I'm literally the only one on the planet who's opposed to Pride Month, you're wrong. I have a few friends who actually understood where I was coming from and are still taking my side, thank the Lord. But as much as it pains me to say this, my friends and I are now in the minority, and those who are now against me are in the majority. I actually tried to give valid reasons as to why I'm opposed to Pride Month to the people, tried to help them see the other side of the story, but by the looks of it, images weren't really enough to get the message across to some people. But I did recently stumble across a video that seems to be the perfect piece of evidence to help prove my case. If this doesn't prove my point, I don't know what will. I don't know how it could get any more clear than that. And despite the fact that I said that I was expecting to lose a lot of friends during this whole incident, I actually started to gain a lot of trust issues with most people on the internet. And again, for very good reason. Most people are not who they seem. Sometimes you'll get a person who will stumble across your videos and say, "Hey, you make good content, want to be friends?" Sure. Then in a few years down the road, you'll stumble across a screenshot of that same person you thought you could trust, with them saying how much they think you truly are a weirdo or an idiot or what have you, right behind your back, thinking that you'll never know the consequences. But in all 10 years that I've been on this platform, if there's one thing I've learned, is that safety is an illusion. The only difference in my case is with all the anti-Pride posts I've been making on Instagram, they said it directly to my face. They sang like a whistle and showed how much of a Democrat they truly are. Now, granted, I'm sure there are some Democrats out there who are actually polite, and if they're not willing to agree with me, at the very least, they could respect my opinion, and honestly, I would prefer that over the slander that's been thrown in my face over the past few days. Because honestly, being bullied, harassed, and slandered just for speaking my mind and trying to give the truth about something is starting to get really, really pathetic. All these names going around, Rocky Marbles, Cody Ryan, Mr. Henry, people who were once my friends going against my back over these posts, it's not even shocking anymore, it's just, them too. And I've had to block a lot of wildly hostile people over these posts, because the bullying and harassment me and my friends are receiving is pretty much unwarranted, and it certainly won't be tolerated on my watch. So, I suppose I should end all this by saying that, was it worth making all these Pride posts and losing a lot of friends? You're probably gonna think I'm nuts for saying this, but absolutely. To some people, it may seem horrible for me to lose a lot of respect from people in the community, but it's actually good news. All it really does is help me figure out who I can truly trust in the community. And it may not be a lot of people, but hey, having only 5 friends against dozens of bogeys is better than having no friends at all. If you still want to celebrate Pride Month despite the facts, okay. It would be unfair of me to judge people I don't even know based on that. But I want you to, at the very least, be aware of what you're actually celebrating. Okay, now that I've made my point bright and clear to a lot of people, it's time to start making some new friends. It may take a while to get there, but I'm sure the friends that turned against me will be replaced by some new ones that I can actually, truly trust. Here's to a brighter future. Cheers.